What makes Jennie Kim so beautiful? How can Jennie look so cute and so sexy at the same time? Welcome to Zahir Beauty. Today, let's take a look at the beauty of Jennie Kim's face and find out what makes her so attractive. Jennie Kim is a singer and dancer of the K-pop group Blackpink. The band Blackpink is known for hits like Pink Venom, Shut Down, How You Like That, Boom Ba Ya, among other songs. Jennie also represents several fashion and makeup brands, and she is much in demand for commercials because of her beauty and influence. And her face is one of the most desired by people looking for cosmetic procedures in South Korea. Jennie Kim was born on January 16, 1996, in South Korea, and she is currently 26 years old. She is 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 108 pounds. She spent part of her childhood in New Zealand. If there's one word that describes Jennie's beauty well, that word is neoteny. Neoteny is the retention, in adulthood, of infantile characteristics. In popular parlance, this means that Jennie has a baby face. Neotenous faces are perceived as innocent and delicate, and they awaken in people feelings of commotion and protection. Some traits of neoteny are chubby cheeks, a small chin and nose, large round eyes, and a large forehead. Some or all of these features may be present. But have you noticed that Jennie has elongated eyes? This gives her look a more sensual and seductive look, and this contrasts with her other neotenic features. This duality makes her beauty unique. Let's take a close look at every detail. Jennie's face shape is oval. She has smooth, rounded facial contours with plenty of facial fat. The lower third of the face is smaller than the middle and upper thirds. Let's start by looking at Jennie's standout feature, which are her eyes. The eye region is very important for the female face. Women can look good with a variety of eye and eyebrow shapes. Jennie's eyes are well elongated and they have an upturned shape. The height to length ratio is 1 to 2.8. And her eyes have a positive canthal tilt. See how the line from the inner corner to the outer corner of the eye forms a positive angle of 12 degrees. This gives her a more seductive gaze, which is popularly known as cat eyes. This is a very attractive trait in women and is present in celebrities such as Yeji and John Hoo-yeon. The distance between the center of the pupils corresponds to 48% of the bizygomatic width, which is within the normal range for women. The female interpupillary distance varies between 45 and 48%. Also note that Jennie has her eyes a little farther apart. The interocular spacing is 1.2 times the width of the eye. Ideally, this distance should be the same measure as an eye. Her eyes are very symmetrical. Notice how the pupils of both eyes line up perfectly. Her eye sockets are shallow, which means her eyes have a more superficial fixation on the skull. This gives the eye area a flatter appearance. And her eye sockets are compact. Her sclera is white with no scleral exposure. The sclera is the white part of the eye. And the ideal is that the lower eyelid passes through the edge of the iris. Her eyes are naturally dark brown. Before fame, her eyes were slightly hooded with epicanthic folds, as we can see in this photo. An epicanthal fold is the skin of the upper eyelid that covers the inner corner of the eye. The eyelid crease was plumper. However, later the epicanthic folds disappeared. The lacrimal caruncle, which is this pink part in the inner corner of the eye, became more visible. The medial commissure became sharper and longer. And the eyelid crease decreased in volume. The fat in the upper eyelid is not something that is lost with weight loss. And it only varies significantly with aging after middle age. These changes suggest that a medial epicanthoplasty, also known as inner corner fold removal, was probably performed. And the changes also suggest a redistribution of fat from the eyelids, a procedure known as blepharoplasty. Currently, Jennie has an upper eyelid with minimal exposure and no epicanthic folds. Her eyebrows are thin, slightly arched and slightly sparse. Her eyebrows also have a positive slope, which is attractive. The spacing between the eyes and the eyebrows is large. This is a very feminine trait. And the brow ridge and glabella are extremely smooth and gracile, which is to be expected for a woman. What can we say about her jaw? The lower third of the face is of great importance to both genders, but women look good in more jaw shapes. Women with masculine jaws are perceived as sensual and seductive. If the jaw is exaggeratedly square, it can be intimidating. Women with round jaws are perceived as cute and youthful. Jenny's jaw is smooth with rounded contours. The width of the jaw corresponds to 72% of the bizygomatic width, which makes her jaw narrow. This gives her a more delicate appearance. These values are pretty flexible for the female face. When looking at the thirds of the jaw, we see how the chin region is slightly narrower. She has tight hyoid skin. This is an indicator of health and youth. The ratio between the length of the philtrum and chin is 1 to 1.8, which is a very feminine and delicate ratio. Jenny's chin is discreetly prominent, and her jaw is slightly recessed, which brings a juvenile look. Note, in this image, how the mandible does not line up with the nasal bridge. The side profile of the jaw has a smooth, rounded contour. Her jaw forms an angle of 24 degrees from the horizontal level. The gonion, which is the region indicated in the photo, lines up in the same direction as the mouth. And the gonion forms an angle of 120 degrees. This is a very attractive angle. The ramus of the mandible has a moderate length and is in accordance with female dimorphism. And the side profile of her face has a convexity of 169 degrees, which indicates good dentofacial development. Jenny has a very harmonious and smooth lower third. Let's analyze the middle third of Jenny's face. She has a compact mid-face with a good 1 to 0.9 ratio. Jenny has not very prominent cheekbones, projecting more laterally than frontally. When she was younger, her cheeks were chubby. As she matured, she lost some of that facial fat. This gives her a more youthful look. This is due to neoteny and has nothing to do with body fat because she has a slender body. Jenny has a well-developed maxilla. Her nose is small and thin. Her nostrils have a good slope, neither up nor down. The nasolabial angle is 100 degrees. The height of the nose is 1.5 times its width, which is a great proportion. The ratio of face width to nose width is 3.9 to 1, which makes her nose thin. And the nasal dorsum is straight. And finally, the nose has a flattened appearance. The nasofacial angle, which measures the inclination of the nose in relation to the face, is 22 degrees. And her nose bridge is low. People from East Asian ethnicities tend to have a less pronounced nasal bridge. Jenny Kim got a nose job? She probably had some cosmetic procedure to thin the tip of her nose. Compare her before and after photos side by side. Before, the tip was a little more bulbous, and then it became thinner and more defined. This is just an observation based on evidence of visible transformations in the photographs. Let's look at the other features. Jenny's hair is full, straight and naturally black. She has a rounded hairline, which is a sign of female dimorphism. She has clean skin without acne, blemishes or scars. She has no eye bags, wrinkles, or nasolabial folds. Overall, Jenny has fair, olive-toned skin that is smooth and well-groomed. Her lips are full. Cupid's bow is well-defined. She probably had lip fillers. Before, her upper lip wasn't as full as it is now. Her teeth are white, straight and without gaps. She has a gummy smile, which is when the gum is very apparent when smiling. This gives her a cute and childlike look. But when she separates her lips slightly, her mouth takes on a more mature and sensual look. She had normal-sized ears, well-shaped without any abnormality. The ratio between the height and width of the face is 1.4 to 1, very proportional. The forehead width to height ratio is 2.1 to 1, a good ratio. And the neck to face width ratio is 3 to 5, which conveys a lot of femininity. Let's get to the final thoughts. Overall, Jenny has smooth, rounded facial features with plenty of facial fat. Her standout features are her elongated eyes and full lips. Her face is quite symmetrical and harmonious. Jenny's face is very feminine, with many gender dimorphic features. Her look is extremely sensual and captivating, contrasting with her neotenic features. This duality is intriguing and makes her face distinct and unique. What did you think of today's video? What do you think of Jenny's beauty? Comment your opinion here. We stay here. See you later.